Hi there, this is Aaron. Today is Sunday the 2nd of August and it's day 17 on the allotment. Well, the first thing that you probably notice about me today is that I'm wearing something that may look a little bit familiar to, well, I hope looks very familiar to certainly most of you, which is one of the allotment shed jackets. Chris, who runs the allotment shed, he's very well known for wearing this jacket also when he's on screen. This isn't actually his, this is one that's like it, which he sent to me as a result of winning the prize draw on the allotment shed. I didn't realise that I was that lucky, but Chris, thank you very much for sending me this through. I shall certainly treasure it. But the thing is, today it's a little bit hot, so I'm actually going to change. Well, that feels a little bit lighter now in this absolutely glorious sunshine. Well, there is a lot that I've been getting on with here, and so it's been a couple of weeks really since I've given you a tour of the full plot. So let's see that, but let's also start with what was happening at home, because last time I showed you my chilies, they were not doing so great. Right, well, here are the chilies, and as you see, things are very much improved, but one of the best things of all is I've actually got chilies. You can see that there is a lot more green here than there was last time. They've all recovered. It's true what they say, chilies really do have a bit of fire in them. We've been getting the lemon drops, and they are, I think, about Madras strength. We've also got some of the Scotch bonnets that are not yet ripe, but they're certainly on the way. And everything that was there that had lost its leaves, they're all recovering, they're all growing back, and they look really, really healthy now. So whatever it was that kicked them back, it looks like they've recovered. We've got flowers, so very, very pleased. You see here, that is a red tomato. Now it's also a tomato plant that needs a bit of a drink because it's shrivelling up quite badly, but we've got tomatoes on there that have ripened and which are ripening. If I come round a little bit, there's even more tomatoes there. Now, we didn't think we were going to get anything. We had to put these outside because we didn't have the greenhouse ready. This was sort of like a desperate attempt to try and get something, but it looks as if it's worked, and that makes me very happy. So what I've learned is that chilies really do love to live. They're tough plants, so I've certainly got a lot of respect for chilies, and I'm still hopeful that come the autumn, because I was getting chilies last year in November, so I'm still hopeful that I'm still going to get a bumper crop. I'm certainly getting the lemon drops coming through, and they're making fantastic chilies and curries, and I'm still hopeful because there are on the way some of the Scotch bonnet ones as well. I'm going to start again with the rhubarb. Now, I mean, this is not as voluminous as it used to be, but I mean, it's still vast, and you can see that these are still elephant ears that are coming off of it. So I think we've had about 40 kilos of rhubarb off of this. It's a bit of a shame actually, because when we started to get the really big stuff off of it, I hadn't seen Julie Drake's videos with Nigel about making rhubarb wine, and I wish I had, because that looks like a really great step-by-step series, and it's certainly something that we'll be following in future videos. But for this year, for rhubarb, I think this is amazing. There's still a forest of potatoes here. Weeds are starting to grow up between the bags, and I haven't weeded here at all, but I mean, that's the beauty of containers, that as long as the weeds are not in the bags, it doesn't affect the potatoes. So happy days as far as that's concerned. I'm amazed that we haven't caught blight, because we've had 2 Smith periods, which is the conditions where blight is possible, and nothing's happened so far. There are potatoes that are ready to pull up, such as the Maris Bar, the Duke of York, and some, but not all, of the International Kidney. So that's doing okay. just a really great season so far for potatoes. The Sarpo Mira still going strong, the Rooster going strong. Not seen yet what could be happening with the Kestrel and the Nadine, but lots to look forward to, and I think there probably will be a potato reveal in my near future. At the moment I'm just fighting weeds, so no time to do another potato reveal, but it will happen. I was really hoping that I was going to be able to show you the lilies in bloom, but they haven't quite opened yet, which is a real shame. I think actually I might miss these, which I'm absolutely devastated by. But you know, it's been an experience growing these. I nearly lost them through the weeds, so I suppose they're just telling me that I didn't look after them as well as I could. But oh well. I can see that there's colour just waiting to burst. Possibly it'll happen during the week. Well, last time you saw me pulling up my Stuttgarter onions, which are now drying, and I'm really pleased with. They really did come to my rescue. What are left in here are the Kelsey onions, which are very pale and white compared to the Stuttgarter, which are very yellow. Now, everyone's showing a picture of their biggest Kelsey onion. Here is my big Kelsey onion. Now, that might look like a weeding fork, but it's actually one of the new garden forks that is 3 foot wide and is made in the style of a weeding fork. So that one, I reckon that should tip 30 kilos quite easily. Oh, that's broken the illusion, hasn't it? Well, it's still highly debatable whether we're actually going to get sweet corn, but I have a few sweet corn plants growing. I would love to say that this is a dwarf variety, or I'm only 3 foot nothing, but neither of those is true. And well, you can see for yourself. I mean, they're still growing. I suspect we're going to run out of time this year if anything happens, but at least, you know, they are growing, which at one stage through the year I didn't think they would. Something may happen, it may not. We'll just have to see. What I can show you are these butternut squash. Now, we always talk about butternut squash as one of the autumn varieties, but I mean, they can also be a winter variety as well if you leave them to keep going, and they also keep and season really well. So potentially I could get something from these. Now, what this has shown, because this is a kind of Three Sisters method, we've also got some Lollo Rosso lettuce growing in there, and more about that in a second. But I've been using a Three Sisters method, and I've planted these about 18 inches apart. Now, what I've come to realise is that weeding, because you have to grow sweet corn in a block, this is a block of 4 by 4, and that is about as big as I could conceivably make this plot to be able to weed it properly with the sweet corn as far apart as it is. And I think that on another year I will actually put extra inches between the sweet corn and grow them about 2 foot apart, because otherwise I can't get in there to weed. I've done it this afternoon, and it's been a hell of a job. I said I was going to mention my Lollo Rosso lettuce, and well, these are ready to pick, and they are absolutely gorgeous. Let me show you. This one's coming out. Look at that beauty. I don't think I could have left these any longer, because they'll be ready to go to seed soon, but I think I have just caught it in time, and that's going to be a nice salad for the week. Here are my big pumpkins. They have actually started to vine a little bit. If I come round to the other one, that's actually vining a little bit more, and I've started to try and train that with the stick. And there is my courgette. I mean, all of this is really, really behind Whether it will amount to anything, I am extremely doubtful. We'll just have to see. But at least it's starting to happen. You know, after the long wait all through the season, it's starting to happen. It's the same story with my marrows. Again, let me show you the scale. This is going to be embarrassing. You see that? Well, that's not really the world beater that I was hoping for. And Tony, I'm really sorry, mate, I've let you down. This was one of the seeds that Tony sent me. I'm just going to run out of time because nothing was happening with marrows. But yeah, at least it's starting to happen. And what I'm sort of looking at is that this is now a learning experience for next year. So yeah, I'll have a bit more of a clue about what to do and when. I will just show you the other two because that's hysterical. Here's the first one, which is even smaller. And then down here, and you can see the kneeling pad, that absolutely dwarfs the last one. Oh well, we gave it a shot. Well, my beans, again, I didn't think I was going to have any beans, but actually there are some little tiny ones growing now. This has got a white and a yellow flower, and I think this is the gigante beans. They certainly look like runner beans. And these are the ones that actually you let them grow on because it's the seeds that you eat rather than the bean casing. These ones have got the very classic red flowers, and these are the Scarlet Empire, which is an improved variety of Scarlet Emperor and is a stringless runner bean, so really good about that. Now, the thing is that at the end here, they've also got the white and yellow flowers. And on the next one, they've also got the red flowers. So what I appear to have done is to grow runner beans at every station, but no French beans and no Bolotti beans. So I think I managed to kill all those, which is a bit of a shame because we really like them. But yeah, given all the trouble that I've had, the fact that I've got beans on each station actually is a small victory, and I'll take that. Well, I've actually got currants galore here, and these currants are absolutely gorgeous. There's red currants. There's many black currants, and these are fantastic too. There's just really one problem, which is the way that this has been planted, I can't get to the currants. I'm standing on the edge of everything that's safe, and if I go any further in, I am going to get ripped to pieces by the raspberries. And if I go around the other side, I'll get ripped to pieces by the gooseberries. So I can't actually pick any of these currants that are not on the very edge, which has proved quite annoying actually, because I was hoping for a bumper year of currants. So what I've got to do, and what I will be doing, is to relocate all of these bushes, not so that I've just got one forest, but so that they are planted out a little bit easier, so that it's much easier to access. And as a result of that, I'm going to be pulling up absolutely all of the raspberries here. But as I say, this first year was all about learning, and I don't mind that I've found this out. What I would have minded is if I'd have planted it and then found it out. But you know, it's something to work on over the autumn for next year. Really good. So that is my plot, and we've been around. I can show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. But you know, there are some good things happening. As you see, there is sweet corn happening, even if it doesn't you know, come to anything. I've had a dry run at it this year to be able to see what's going on, and so I'll know for next year. Same with the marrows, same with everything. And I've also learned an awful lot about the plot as well. You may have seen recently that there's a few people that are sort of pulling back and retiring from YouTube. I know that I saw that Rick Van Man is giving up his plot tonight, which is Sunday. Titley Nahan's going to announce that she's retiring from YouTube as well. I mean, she's got work commitments now. Sean has pulled back. I know on some of the forums that there's been rumours that another YouTuber will be pulling back, and it's me. Now, I've seen videos out there sort of like why Rick Van Man pulled out of YouTube, why Sean James Cameron stopped making YouTube videos. I've seen them, they're all rubbish, and the guy's really rude to other people, so don't watch them. But just in case you see a video that said, why did Aaron give up YouTube? Don't click on it, because I'll tell you now. I was born with a abnormality in my heart that gave me a heart murmur. And I won't bore you with the details, but it's a valve. Now, I've been able to live a perfectly happy life and have no problems whatsoever. But I've always known that at some point we would have to do something. And that point is a couple of weeks' time, where I'm going to have to go in and have open heart surgery. They're going to open up my chest and they're going to replace a valve. The NHS are amazing. I will never hear a bad word said against the NHS. These days, these people are so clever that this is considered a routine operation. It is certainly low risk, but it's not no risk. I'm very lucky. I have one of the top surgeons and the top consultants in the country looking after me. It's absolutely perfectly reasonable to expect that I'm going to be back. But it's going to take me a few weeks. And I mean, after the operation, I'm going to need to recover. So realistically, I'm not going to be back on this plot until the autumn. I no doubt am going to be coming back to a weedy mess. But yeah, it means that this is my last allotment video for some time. It remains for me to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers, everybody who leaves comments, everybody who finds us on a search engine, everybody that for the last few years has really made this a joy for me to do. I will certainly try with a little help from God and even more help from the surgeon's steady hand. I will try, and see you next time on The Allotment. How clear, how lovely bright, how beautiful to sight, those beams of morning play, how heaven laughs out with glee, where, like a bird set free, up from the eastern sea, soars the delightful day. Today I shall be strong, no more shall yield to wrong, shall squander life no more. Days lost, I know not how, I will retrieve them now. Now I will keep the vow I never kept before. Ensanguining the skies, how heavily it dies, into the west away, past touch and sight and sound, never more to be found, how hopeless underground falls the remorseful day. Goodbye.